What's up, YouTube fans? Today, we're going to take a look at the Hasbro Transformers Age of the Primes Brawl and Blastoff. These were sent to me by Dr. Diecast. Thanks for allowing me to take a look at your copy. He is sending me the rest so we can eventually combine Bruticus, but today we're just going to look at these two guys. And we're doing them both at once just because I'm a little bit behind on reviews. I have a lot of stuff here to take a look at from friends and supporters of my channel, so I do appreciate all of them, and I don't want to hold their stuff forever, so that's why we're going to double up here. But let's take a look at each of them. We have some nice paint detail on the head, orange for the head crest, orange for the visor, red for the face mask. You have a nice shiny olive color for the tank parts and the body, and then a gray. It's not swirly gray. Well, I guess it's dark enough that you don't see the swirly gray, but that looks pretty good. It's like a shiny gray. And then you got a Decepticon logo there on the arm. Here's the back. There's a little bit of Kibblinace here, but overall it's not too bad for a deluxe class. It does have a little bit, or maybe this is Voyager. This might be Voyager. It does have a little bit of hollowness here in the arms. And a little bit here in the legs, but not egregious like I've seen on some more recent figures. Let's go over the articulation. Head is on a ball joint. You get a little bit back and forth, a little bit of side to side, and it rotates around. It's really tight. And I've noticed most of the joints nowadays are really tight on these retail figures. Shoulders rotate around, out to the side, up to here. You get sort of a fake butterfly. Actually, it's a butterfly. I'll give it to him. You can pull it away from the body. So that gives you the extra movement there. That's pretty nice. It's rare on a Hasbro figure. Rotation at the elbow. 90-degree bend at the elbow. Nothing at the hands. Rotation at the waist. We have legs that will kick up to here. It's very tight, but that's a really high kick. Back to there, out to the side. I like how they move and put the hip skirt into the leg. That works. Rotation at the thigh at a mushroom peg. 90-degree bend at the knee. It does have a locking point that clicks and locks there. Ankle tilts out to there, and painted toes here, so that looks good. And here is Blastoff. He's got purple. This is cartoon accurate, but some choose to make the eyes purple. Obviously, Hasbro going to go the official way, purple for the head crest, and then silver for the visor and mask. Purple paint here with the Decepticon logo. A little bit of purple paint here for the toes. Here's the back. Lots of purple paint for this, which we'll see more in shuttle mode. And pink or light purple for the windshield and the Decepticon logo. That's huge. More purple paint and gray paint here on the arm. Articulation. Head can rotate around. Goes a little bit up and down. A little bit of side to side. Not much. Shoulders rotate around on hinge out to the side. Rotation at the bicep. Single joint at elbow. 90 degrees. You have a rotation at the wrist. It just looks weird. Rotation at the waist. Legs kick up to there. Back to there. Out to the side. Nice tight tolerances at least. Rotation at the thigh at mushroom peg. 90-degree bend at the knee. 90-degree bend. You have ankle tilt, gets you out to there, and then a toe tilt down to the transformation. All right, let's take a look at the accessories. And you have some configuration options for Brawl. We get these cannons, and these can mount right here underneath. There's a little slot for this to go in, and then you can fold it down so it sits kind of flat on his backpack. So you can do that. You can also rotate this up, get this just accordioned up this way, and then we can take these yeah, sorry, not accordion, accordion down. And then these will tab in right here on the other side. And you can have them kind of over the shoulder or whatever. I like that look a lot, so I think that's a good choice. We can also take the gun, also done in just gray plastic, that will peg in here. And that's a good looking look for him. Another little option, they give you a lot of options with this, but you can also tab this in here. Let's see which one goes in. This one? Oh, here on the side. You could tab it in here and have that look. It'll make more sense in tank mode, but nice to have all those options for display. For Blastoff, he gets 2 blasters done in just brown plastic. That will tab into here. I really don't like these hands at all. I think they look horrible. Because of the shape of the shuttle is going the other direction, the hand looks like it's backwards. It's not. That's how it goes. But you can also take these and put them on the side of the arms. So you have that look. So you have some options for Blastoff too. He does come with this tail separate in the package. You have to just install it right here. There's no need to take it off, but if you really wanted to, you could pretend that this is an accessory as well. It's pretty tight in there, so I'm not going to take it off, but there you go for accessories. All right, for size comparison, there they are next to the Studio Series Optimus Prime and the previous release of Vortex, and they do look good together. I question the sizes on these things. You know, this is a Voyager. This is, I believe this is a deluxe class. So, you know, it just feels like they're getting smaller. And overall, this set feels like it's kind of small for what it is. But yeah, these two are a deluxe class, so it does make sense that they're a little bit smaller. All right, let's get these guys transformed into their alt modes. We'll start off with Brawl. Go ahead and just detach these and get them out of your way. Same with the gun. Set those aside and we'll take care of this guy. We're going to take the arms. You can straighten this up. Come to the inside, fold out this panel. It does kind of cover up the hand. Same on this one. Oops. Fold that out and just leave that out like this. We'll come to the back. You can rotate this. Open up the chest. You can fold the head in and then close that back up. And now we'll take care of the legs. So for here, we're going to open this up. We want to extend out the tracks. Same on this. Extend out the tracks. Treads. I'm saying tracks, but I mean treads. And we can fold this panel down the other side. All right, once you got the legs folded out, we can take care of this front section here. So we're going to open up this section here so it folds out like this. This is the front of the tank. Then we'll take this, rotate the waist 180 degrees. We can tab these together back here. Then we're going to swing this around. It'll tab in here, and it'll tab in here, and then it'll tab in right here. Let's get all those lined up. Tab those in. Same on this side. It's pretty secure with 3 tabs holding it. All right, so here's how we're looking. Take this, bring it back, and this will peg in right here on the side of the arm. Oh, and first we got to take out this tread piece. The tread piece should fold down. Now you can fold it up and in, tab it in here and back here. And then attach that tread piece. I'll do it again on this side. Open that up, collapse it up and in, and then collapse that tread piece. For the barrel, just bring it back like this. Then we can take these, the official transformation, you put these here. I'll show you a different configuration later. And we can put the smaller gun here. All right, now let's get Blastoff transformed. And he's actually the easiest so far of any of them, but let's get going. We'll start with the arms. So we'll rotate this to the outside, rotate the hand so it lines up here. And that's the reason why it's shaped the way it's shaped. We're going to lift up on the arm, lift up this to untab it from the sides. We'll fold the head in. We can lift up on the backpack a little bit. We're going to bring these up and over, and then rotate this to the outside. Bring this up and over, rotate it to the outside. And then tab it in together. Give that a squeeze. Bring this forward and tab it in to the top. So there's the nose. Now we'll take care of the legs. Open up these wings on the outside. Flip open the legs. Open up this panel. This will accordion in and collapse down. Combiner Wars style, as Bobby says. Close that up. Fold these out. Tab these together. Tab it in together here. And give that a squeeze as well. All right, there you have Brawl and Blastoff in vehicle mode. And they're very good looking vehicle modes. I like how they did it. The only thing I have a complaint is there's a little gap right here on the tank mode. You can actually see through the tank. Other than that, though, I think it's a pretty good looking tank. Can rotate the turret. This can go up and down. This can be rotated and actually moved out of there if you want. You can put it anywhere. Lots of ports. These can also be moved if you prefer. There's different ways to mount this. There's a spot right here on the side, so you can plug it in there. There's also a spot right here. Oh no, here on the side. So you can plug that in there. So you can have this look. I don't prefer that. You could also plug them in back here. I actually really like this option because you have all the guns moving with the turret. So I just like the way that works and the way that looks. Again, it's an option, so you could do it however you like. But nice to have those options. For this guy, we can store his weapons right here or here. I don't think it makes sense to put it here, but right under the wings. So you have these blasters as he's flying through the air. It's really good. And then here's the back. You got the boosters. Those look pretty good. And you do have a little hidden landing gear here on the front, but no landing gear on the back. It's just kind of built in right here. You can see there's a little bump here and here. That's supposed to be landing gear. I think that's not the greatest, but there you go for alt modes. For a size comparison, there they are next to the Studio Series roller and drone. So you can see they are bigger vehicles, not huge. And for another comparison, there they are next to the Age of the Primes of Vortex. And I do think they look good together as a set. Obviously, the two arms are going to be around the same size, but yeah, this works. All right, finally, let's get them into their combined modes. And there aren't any instructions in the package for combined mode. We have seen pictures, so we can kind of figure it out, but I might have it not perfect, but I should be able to get it almost exactly right. So we'll come and undo the side pieces here. So open up this grill piece, or the tread piece. That'll allow you to unpeg this front section. Same on this. Unpeg this front section. Then we're going to take this arm section, and actually we can rotate these back for now. Take this section, fold it down so it sits like this. Then we'll take this and fold up these tread pieces. For these arms, we're going to end up rotating them so that it sits like that. Same on this side, rotate this around, accordion this down so it sits like that. Rotate the arm around and then fold it down. And then fold up this panel. Yes, they do have the hands sitting outside for this transformation. It's a little weird. All right, open this up and open up these panels. And then on the inside here, grab these panels and fold those out. This is going to come down. We're going to fold back up the treads. So rotate this in and collapse that down. Make sure it gets tabbed in here on the inside. Same on this. Rotate that down. We can unpeg this. See, we need a little space in between. Get that tabbed in on the inside. We'll rotate this up so it collapses and tabs in up here. So make sure you bend at the knee. It's a ratcheted joint, soft ratchet, but there's a ratchet there. So bend at this knee and bring this all the way up and tab it in. It should tab in very securely up here. There we go. And then tab this together. All right, now we can get this folded up into the foot. Bring this back. This will come up here, tab into there. This will come down and cover the side and tab into the sides. And then we're going to rotate the waist so we have it like this. And there is your combine mode. And obviously going to be filled in a little bit. The back, the leg of Onslaught will go right here and fill out the back a little bit. And then the knee joint will be right here. And, you know, for storage, you could put everything on somewhere, you know, wherever, any of the spots I showed you earlier. But that is combine mode for Brawl. All right, next we'll take care of Blastoff. And this one I'm guessing a little bit more just because, again, don't have instructions. But take off the guns, set those aside. We're going to separate this into two parts. So open this up. And if you bring this back, you'll see that this will separate into two halves. And I believe there's a button here which will be activated by the combine mode part from Onslaught, but you got to push in there. And that separates this little tab, just like they did for their Superion. Then we can put this back, just so I just opened that so I could show you. But these are going to fold over, so this will fit on the inside of the arm. So you've got this as the lower arm. The hands will plug in to wherever this lower arm is. There'll be a slot for the hand. All right, and then this will be the upper arm. This will plug into the top of the arm. So this is how it's going to look. Hard to visualize without the Onslaught piece, but there you go. And you can still store the guns kind of wherever you want. So final recommendations on the Hasbro Transformers Age of the Primes, Brawl, and Blastoff. I like these guys. They're pretty cool. I'll give them a 4 out of 5. I'll recommend them. Overall, I like the transformation. The engineering's pretty good. I think the Blastoff suffers a little bit just because the arms are kind of wonky, the way they did the hands. But in general, I like the way they did it. The Brawl is definitely, you know, the highlight of the set so far. I love the different options for the weapons. The tank mode looks pretty good, other than a little bit of gappage, but overall looks good. Now the combined mode is a whole different story. I'm not going to judge that till it comes out, but it does look a little squished to me. Looks like somebody took him and pancaked him. So, you know, we'll reserve judgment until we get the whole thing. But these two guys, I think, are some of the better ones we've gotten in the Age of the Primes line. That's it for today. Thanks for watching. Thanks to Dr. Diecast. We'll see you next time.
TM Reviews. What's up, YouTube fans?